Hi everyone, Neil Betts here from Go True North, and in today's video for the Vision to Venture series I'm talking about assumptions and declaring assumptions and the importance of doing this in business startup as the first step to evolving your business. And most of this thinking comes from Lean and Lean UX, and Lean user experience is all about building better products through collaboration and prototyping your ideas and getting continuous user feedback. But before we dive into all this, it's really important to articulate your assumptions. So I guess the first question actually becomes, well, what is an assumption? And I'll put a little definition there on the screen. And an assumption really around the beliefs that we hold about who our customer is, what are the problems that they're facing, and what solutions do you have to their problems. And these assumptions should guide the whole design of your business, either whether it's a product or a service. It should guide you to really validate and research to make sure you're doing the right thing and keep you on track. So that's really about what is an assumption. And like everything in Lean, there's a process. And the process has got 5 steps: gather your team, brainstorm, prioritize, hypothesis creation, and prepare for research. And if we break that down, step 1, gathering your team. Well, if you're in business already established and you're creating a new product or service, you get a team of people with different cross-function departments. We go get HR, we might get the design team, we might get the IT team, we might get some product managers, and we gather a little team to help brainstorm the ideas. But if you're a startup and you're on your own, that's a bit of a lonely place. But you still need to think about having some people around you that can help you check and brainstorm those assumptions. So that might be your partner, your mum and dad, your children, but bring them together and formulate a little team as your first step. And then the second step is to actually get those assumptions down, discuss and document the assumptions that you're thinking about. What are the demographics of your customer? What are their behaviors? What are their needs? What are their pain points? What are the market conditions? And what is your solution to their problem? So just brainstorm those. And when I say document them, I normally use Post-it notes for this and have a wall full of Post-it notes and just brainstorm it all onto a wall. And then the third step is to prioritize those, pick them off and work out what is the most critical to the success of this business. What is the most critical assumption? And just pick them off and build them up and understand the priority of those assumptions, and then create your hypothesis. A hypothesis really is it's a statement around, the problem the customer has and how you're going to fix that problem. An example, we believe that busy professionals between 25 and 45 have difficulty in managing daily tasks. So we're going to come up with a productivity app that has a task management feature that will help them organise their work to be more efficient. It's just a statement about the customer, the problem, and your solution. And once you've got that statement, you can then go and research and you validate your assumptions through interviews, surveys, usability testing. If you've got a prototype built, but we wouldn't advocate building a prototype at this point. We'd make this more a desktop research exercise. So if we come to our hypothesis, the one I just talked about, and break this example down, what you can see here is we have a definition of who we're talking to, who is our potential customer. It's those professionals aged between 25 and 45. We talk about their problem, difficulty managing daily tasks. We talk about our solution, a productivity app with a task management feature, and we talk about the value and how that's going to help them in terms of giving them more time, giving them more efficiency and reducing stress. So it's quite a good value statement there. Another example may be, for example, in my organisation, I've been fortunate to work with lots and lots of startups, but most of the work that I did in the early days was all about government, giving them a grant to try and get started up, because The problem a lot of entrepreneurs had, they couldn't afford to go and pay for a consultant to give them advice. So there was a problem there that these young entrepreneurs like yourselves, like I was a while ago, you don't have the funds to go and buy in a consultant to help you work all of this stuff out. So my problem was professionals. It wasn't my customer. My customer were young entrepreneurs, startups, people between 18 and 30 who hadn't got the funds to go and get a consultant to guide them or a coach to guide them. So that's where I came up with the notion of our efficiency studio to actually bring this product to market in a digital form where it's affordable and they can have a guided experience in starting up a business, just like this video. And that was the hypothesis I came up with. I guess the question then becomes, okay, I've declared my assumptions, I've put that down in a hypothesis, but why is this so important? And the answer is focus and alignment. When you declare those assumptions, it really focuses and aligns the team on who that customer is, what is their problem, and what is your solution. And really, the pinnacle of all that is that it helps you prioritize your research and your design. And it's the research that's really important because you know exactly who I'm researching and testing this idea and thinking with now. I know the who and I know my solution, and I can really focus that testing. So that's really the real critical the critical piece in all of this. Once you've got this down on paper, it will focus you and it will focus the research, and it'll help you to understand how you can get this product to market quicker, or whether the idea is not that good. In the case of our professionals with their productivity app, well, you go to the research around there and talk to some people in that demographic, and you'll find, well, actually, I use Trello, I use Microsoft Planner, I use this, I use Jira, whatever it is, you'll find, oh, there's actually products on the market. Well, how is my solution any different to those? And have I actually got a good idea? Or is there something very specific about my solution that's not out there yet? So it really help you focus on your your research. So what are your next steps? Simple. Gather your team, get your mum and dad, your partner, whatever, brainstorm those ideas, prioritize them, and create your statement, your hypothesis, and then go and test it. Plan your research and test that hypothesis. And that's really the first step in building a solid foundation to really, starting a business up with that user thinking in mind, thinking about you, who your customer is. So thank you for listening. And if you do want to contact us, the details are on there. Our website, gotruenorth.uk.